Let's get hyped and make some noise for your Golden State Warriors! At small forward, 6'5", number 4, Moses Moody. The shooting guard, 6'4", number 2, Brandon Paczynski. The big man, 6'6", number 23, Draymond Green. The other forward, 6'7", number 10, Jimmy Butler. At guard, 6'3", number 30, Stephen Curry.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Let's see the stat sheet here for LeBron James.
His effective field goal percentage, a favorite stat of the analytics crowd, has been on the way down over his past 10 games. His game isn't as well-rounded as it needs to be.
And now the Lakers starting group. Outside, the wings are Reeves and James. Hachimura out there with Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point. And for Golden State, in the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Paczynski. Green is out there with Butler. And it's Moody in at the small forward. You know, Clark, I've been wondering your thoughts on the possibility of the NBA shortening the season. In an attempt to mitigate injury.
Look, Kevin, I've long been a proponent of a shorter season. I think 65, 66 games, 1 month less on the regular season would be great. We know load management did decrease injury rates, so I'm not sure a shortened schedule would either, but I do know it would improve the quality of play for the players, and I think that would be beneficial to the fans.
Now Curry, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Puts up a three. Curry can't get it to go. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I did get a chance to speak with Steve Kerr a little bit. We talked about the strategy for taking on a guy like Luka Doncic. He told me that the thing is Luka steals all the attention out there, which allows his teammates to find open looks, so we're not going to let him distract us on defense. So it sounds like they'll be focusing on defending against Luka and company, not just Luka. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Doncic with the bucket.
And normally near the top, handling the ball. Luka sneaking out to the corner there, getting free for three.
And Clark, it's hard to compare Luka Doncic to any other player we've seen before.
I would certainly agree with that. Ditto to that, Kevin, because he is unique. His pace is never hurried. He never gets rattled. He complains to officials a little bit more than I'd like to see, but he's strong. He's got great touch and feel, and he scores at all three levels, and he's a brilliant passer.
The three for Doncic. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Boy, Doncic showing you his competitiveness right there with the back-at-you three. The revenge triple.
Here's Curry with the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Curry's got 6.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
LeBron, no good. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. And it's Butler missing.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Pass to Hayes. Three-pointer. And it's Doncic missing. Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Curry against Doncic. Curry passes to Moody, trying to find Curry. He's got it now. Just 5 on the clock. From the arc, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
That free throw missing. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
LeBron kicks to Doncic. Good, nice job down low. Doncic has got 8.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Pass to connect. Inside, here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Curry can't get it to go.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Doncic gets it to go.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
James in the post. Here's connect. And the last-second attempt does not go in for him. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Los Angeles. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's... quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Jared Vanderbilt out there with connect. Then it's Vincent. Then it's Austin Reeves. And it's Finney-Smith in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Reeves punches that one home, showing off the athleticism.
Here's Curry with the 3. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
To the inside, it's stolen by Green. Ajemski on the wing. Stolen by Reeves. Pass to Vanderbilt. Here's Reeves. Vincent with it. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
You know, he may have a scorer's mindset, but Reeves makes plays for others, too.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Here's Curry with the 3. Curry from 3.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
There's the triple. Jimmy Butler pulls it in. Warriors trail by 13. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting... Well, we can finally say it. The NBA. Clark, I can't believe this day is here once again. Opening day of the NBA season. Probably I know it is the most exciting day of the year.
I think it is. I mean, there's nothing like the beginning of another season. Everybody is hopeful. Everybody starts from the same place. And every fan of their respective teams is thinking about, dreaming about potential championships. Some of the quickest hands in the NBA. Kyrie showing you that quick release there.
Curry with it. Launches a three. Cavaliers with the rebound. LeBron James on the wing, defended by Durant. LeBron dishes to Irving. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Irving's got 5.
Oh, yeah. Irving, he has the mid-range in his bag now.
Outside Curry. For the 3. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Cleveland has come out of the gates quickly. Outside Irving. Lets it go from deep. And Pachulia pulls it down. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. On its way from Curry for 2. Pachulia the pass to Curry. And the Warriors. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Washington Wizards going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Gary Trent.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Trent's out there with Rollins, and it's Kuzma in at the 3. This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league, a lot more scoring. If your eyes aren't glued to the action, you might miss it.
Now here's Giannis. He had 37 points last game out. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much, Brian. Keith sharing. few moments with me. I talked with Coach about how he plans to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Coach laughed and then asked me, "You have any ideas?" Giannis is an impossible matchup. We just hope to slow him down a little. As always, it's very difficult to game plan for the Greek Freak, a multiple-time MVP. Evan?
Thank you, David. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Hey guys, the Wizards' #2 overall pick Alex Sarr wanted to be in Washington, D.C., and his defense gets him on the court right away. Not to mention, the Wizards are in a rebuild, and if his offense comes along, he could be a foundational piece for this franchise. Everyone's excited to see the development of Alex Sarr.
You're right, a big piece. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting.
That's Jordan Poole going off the dribble drive, taking advantage of what the defense gives him.
Prince outside. Kuzma finds Antetokounmpo. And again, the Bucks miss.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Outside, George. Back to Poole. Right at the free throw line. Rebounded by the Bucks. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with a win.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
Oh, no doubt. Playing aggressively, forcing the action, that often works in your favor, and it did the last time around.
Washington trailing. 1:19 left to play in the first quarter. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
There's been a lot of turnover in Washington doors over the last few years. Where do you think they go from here?
I think the first thing they're looking for, Kevin, is obviously a cornerstone around which to build your team. Recently, it was Bradley Beal. Now they are looking for someone to step up and be their guy.
Now, Poole, following the miss by Kyle Kuzma from deep. And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got 9.
This guy, not just a jump shooter. Jordan Poole, more than capable of finishing inside. He's got some creativity.
Kuzma inside. Defended by Middleton. 9 feet out. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Poole, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Antetokounmpo passes to Kuzma. Shoots the 3. And that does it for the first quarter. Wizards lead by 4. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
They've got Sarr. Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. And Porter comes to help. Clock at 4. And a wide open look for Sarr. No good from outside. Bucks. Trail by 4. And while the offense is developing, Alex Sarr is already a huge presence at the defensive end.
Yeah, along with being a great rim protector, he's a 7-footer who can really slide his feet on the perimeter. He can switch on the guards and make them work for their opportunities.
And so Poole will bring it up for Washington. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 11.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Poole against Porter. Smith with a screen on Poole. Porter dishes to Smith. And Smith with the stuff.
The big guy attacking the rim. The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Now Poole. Playing Sacramento, he was nearly unstoppable. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Man, that's a big-time finish right there. Jordan Poole not flustered at all by the contact.
To the paint. Here's Porter. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
The 3 from Poole. Milwaukee with the rebound. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And, you know, they played a terrific all-around game. The effort level was there as well as the production.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was hard to imagine them being much better at the offensive end. They were so efficient in almost every aspect.
The Bucks trail. Prince kicks to Green. Good, and a nice assist from Prince. Green's got 5.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Now, granted, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
The Bucks making a switch here. Lopez, he's checked in for Smith. Giannis comes in for Nance. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Green. And Rollins subbed in for Porter. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Slicing through Giannis.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
Washington's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And here's Poole for 3. The shot misses. Bucks have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Prince looking around. Puts it up from 17. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And here's Poole for three. Miss number 7 from the field. He's also made 7. Poole with the steal. 8 for 15 with that made basket. But he's not satisfied yet.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
They get it back. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Lopez. Here's the 3. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Lets it go with the 3. And that's good. Jordan Poole for 3. And it's a 5-point Washington lead. Here's Rollins. And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for the Wizards. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris,
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Welcome. All right, guys, let's break it down. It has not been the ideal start for the Milwaukee Bucks.
We've talked about it in the past. They have a deep rotation that allows them to play matchups.
So why aren't they ahead in this game? And I'll tell you.
All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
When I look at Milwaukee, they've been just solid at times. And at other times, they've been awesome. Fun team to watch when everything's in sync. Are they a true championship contender? We'll see.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Washington leading now by 5. Heading underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Rollins is out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Looking back at the 2019 draft, Jordan Poole was picked number 28, and Doris, he's already experienced the highs and lows of the NBA.
Well, Kev, let's remember that was a stacked draft class, and I think what you've seen from Jordan Poole is this incredible ability to hunt shots, to be willing to be a focal point on the offensive end. Let's remember, he's won a championship in his career, and that's something you can never take away.
Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never...
Giannis showing creativity.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, the Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Poole, and it's sent back by Prince. Kuzma passes to Giannis. Prince outside. Two shooting foul. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Oh, it's a huge effort by Jordan Poole. He is amped up right now.
Bucks trail by 3. Prince outside. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Giannis. Milwaukee, no good that time either. For Washington, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Pass to Carrington. Poole against Rollins. 6 to shoot. Now, here's Poole. Not a lot of room. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jordan Poole. That is his first foul of the game.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Well, silly foul. He realized it when it happened. That's where you'd like to see him show a little bit more discipline.
And a miss there on the triple. Bucks trail by 3. Kuzma with it. George picks him up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer, but great, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader, but he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Green, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and Kevin Porter's subbed in for Rollins. And the Bucks with possession here. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be the second quarter. It's hauled in by George.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Poole up top, guarded by Porter. Lopez with the block.
Oh, the long arms of Brook Lopez effortlessly sends that back.
Wasted no time on that one.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Poole, and it's sent back by Lopez. They retain possession. Poole on the wing, guarded by Porter.
But I love the determination, guys. It's simply not there for him right now.
For the lead, it's rebounded by Poole. And so Poole will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. The lead is 2. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Over in the corner, Green. Prince outside. George against Kuzma. And here's Green outside. The shot's good on the assist by Prince. Green's got 8 points.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Near the three-point line, it's Poole. And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Wizards out front. They're up by 2. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter. What is still anybody's ball game. George is out there with Song. Then there's Jordan Poole. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Carrington in at the 2. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Here's Poole. Gary Trent Jr. making his last shot. Poole. It's good. Poole's got 9 points here in the second half.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Stolen. And here we go. Washington fast break.
Bucks foul. Livingston.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Washington.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
3 from the inbound. Rebound, Milwaukee. Now here's Giannis. Kuzma, right side. Rollins against Poole. Just 5 to shoot. Rollins the pass to Antetokounmpo. Count the basket. Giannis has got it all tied up now for Milwaukee.
It may be the most bankable play in this offense. Antetokounmpo on the roll with the finish.
Poole kicks to Middleton. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Poole against Prince. Pulls up on the elbow. Poole no good. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 43% for the game.
Yeah, the defender all over.
First personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for Milwaukee.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
At the line for 2.
He's off on the 2nd.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
Down low. Here's George. Over onto Antetokounmpo. George, no good. Giannis with it. Picked up by Poole. George with the steal. Launches it. And there's Poole on the assist by George. Poole's got 5 points in the quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Washington.
And And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
But they've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated.
Under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Hey, guys, Brian Keefe reviewing the game plan with his team during that last time out. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Kuzma, left side. 1:09 left in the fourth. The shot, no good. Poole finds Smart. Back to Poole. Goes up on the top of the key. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. A 2-point game. Rollins. Missed inside. The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
Poole. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they'd better come up with some points on every possession from now on.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Here's Rollins. Kuzma outside. Over Middleton. Got it to fall! It went down! He got it to fall!
He did it!
The game.
And he wins it at the buzzer.
Oh, an astonishing way to end this game. Some serious last-second heroics.
And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now let's thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris